Tobby and the Chicken Dilemma. Tobby was a young boy who had just landed a job at Kenchick, a popular fast food restaurant known for its delicious fried chicken. Every day, Tobby admired the golden, crispy chicken he sold to customers. The aroma was irresistible, and he often found himself daydreaming about tasting it. One quiet evening, when the restaurant was nearly empty, Tobby saw his chance. He quickly grabbed a piece of chicken, slipped it into his bag, and hurried home. That night, he savored every bite, feeling a mix of guilt and satisfaction. Little did Tobby know, his co-worker Mark had seen everything. The next day, Mark approached Tobby with a sly grin. "I saw what you did last night," he whispered. Tobby's heart sank. "Please don't tell the boss," he pleaded. Mark leaned in closer. "I won't, but you have to cover my shift whenever I ask." Tobby had no choice but to agree. From that day on, every time Tobby finished his shift and was about to leave, Mark would call out, "Do you remember the cuckoo?" Their secret code. Tobby would sigh and take over Mark's shift, fearing the consequences if he refused. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Tobby was exhausted from the extra hours, but he couldn't escape the cycle. One day, while resting during a rare break, Tobby did some quick calculations. He realized that if he had been paid for all the extra hours he worked for Mark, he could have bought over 100 chickens. Determined to end the torment, Tobby decided to confess to the boss. He walked into the manager's office, heart pounding, and told him everything. To his surprise, the boss listened calmly and then smiled. "I've known about this from the beginning," the boss said. "I saw you take the chicken and watched how Mark manipulated you. I was waiting to see how long it would take for you to come forward." The next time Mark tried to say, "Do you remember the cuckoo?" Tobby didn't comply. Instead, he looked Mark in the eye and said, "Go ahead and tell the boss. I've already told him everything." From that day on, Tobby worked his shifts peacefully with a clear conscience. Similarly, the devil taunts us, reminding us of how great our sin is and convincing us that we can't sustain a born-again life. Yet, this burden weighs heavily on us, but Jesus offers us rest, saying, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Matthew 11:28.